An entire master set of Mega Evolution, every common, uncommon, reverse holo, holographic rare, double rare, ultra rare, illustration rare, special illustration rare, mega hyper rare. Sheesh, there's a lot. An entire master set can be yours for free. All you have to do if you want to win is just make sure to scroll down and hit that subscribe button. You got to be subscribed to win, and then just leave a like and a comment on this video. Literally, the video that you are watching, one lucky subscriber is going to win an entire master set of Mega Evolution completely for free. We're going to announce the winner in 3 weeks. Friday, October 17th, at the beginning of the video, I will announce who gets the next Fan Clan master set. This one for Mega Evolution. Good luck. Happy Mega Evolution release day. Unfortunately, this binder right here, the beautiful artwork done by The Unlucky Collector. Make sure to give him a follow on Instagram at The Unlucky Collector. He does all the etch work for the Fan Clan master sets that we give away to one lucky subscriber. Unfortunately, right now, it's completely empty. There's nothing in it. There's literally nothing in it. I have not opened up much Mega Evolution. We used to open up a couple thousand packs, and then that way we could sell singles. We could help out our competitive friends with play sets of the new sets. That way they could play in upcoming tournaments. But because of everything that's been going on over the past year, we haven't opened up that much. So for this set, we only opened up a couple booster boxes just to get a feel for what pull rates looked like, which we're going to talk about a bigger opening in today's video, so you have an accurate understanding of what pull rates look like. But we haven't opened up that much. We don't open up that much, that way we can get more sealed product out there. We're going to limit everything, you know, one per person, and just try and reach as many people as we can at MSRP, because it's so frustrating out there, and I understand it is, but just little things that we can do here and there to try and impact things. I don't know, but we're gonna get this filled out. Next week we have Card Party in Seattle, so I hope to see you there, but I will be there, and the goal at Card Party is to get this entire thing filled. So I will have 3 days to shop around at the vendors and buy every single card from Mega Evolution, every single common, uncommon, holo, everything. We're gonna get all the mega ultra rares and special illustration rares, and we're gonna fill this up, and then when we come home, I'll be able to show it off, and by then it will all be done, and then on October 17th, we're gonna give it away to one lucky subscriber. So I'm really excited about that, but we are going to talk about pull rates in today's video. There seems to be a lot of hype behind Mega Evolution. I think it's important to remind everybody that there are multiple waves of this product, so even if you don't find something this weekend, or if you just don't get frustrated. Like, frustration, it's never a good thing. Like, you run out of happy real quick when you get ultra frustrated. So just try, it's easy to say, try your best not to get frustrated. Seriously, it's not worth it. Like, there will be other stuff, and there'll be more coming. I don't know if it's going to be, like, it's probably not going to be enough, but more opportunities, which is really all we can ask for right now in this crazy market. Elite Trainer boxes were delayed, so a lot of stores got small amounts of those. So if you don't even find an Elite Trainer box, just remember there's more coming, not even just the next wave. The first wave is still delayed, so there's still going to be a lot more. Like, we only got a small amount of the first wave, and then in a couple weeks we'll get the rest of it, and then a couple weeks after that we'll get the second wave. So there will be plenty out there, but I do want to talk about pull rates in this video as far as Mega Evolution goes, because they're busted. But a lot of people, a lot of confusion about pull rates, it seems. Like, some people open up a booster box and not get anything, and then they automatically assume pull rates are really bad. It is the start of a new block, which a lot of times means different pull rates, and they are different, but in a good way, in a better way, which we'll talk about. We've got the data behind it to kind of back things up a little bit. But I also think it's worth noting that we're going to look at a sample size of like 1,300 packs, which is nothing. In the grand scheme of things, that's nothing. It seems like a lot, and it is a lot, but it's nothing. It's not going to give you accurate understanding of what pull rates look like individually, but it will give you a good idea of what pull rates look like per rarity for the most part. There is one that I want to highlight a little bit, because I think the pulls were a lot better than what they actually are. So let's go talk about some Mega Evolution pull rates. I hope you enjoy the content. If you do, please hit that subscribe button down below, leave a like, leave a comment. Let's do this. Also, before I forget, we are giving away 12 booster boxes of Mega Evolution, 12 enhanced booster boxes of Mega Evolution. So 12 lucky subscribers are going to be getting a booster box each. And that announcement is in today's video. But because there's so many names, I'm just putting all the names in the description. So I don't want to forget about that. But scroll down, open up that description, and then all 12 names, all 12 winners will be listed there. Make sure to reach out to me, email me at DannyPhantomContent@gmail.com, so that way we can can verify everything and make sure that it's you, and then we'll get a booster box of Mega Evolution sent out to you guys. It's not a lot. 12 booster boxes is not a lot, but at least it's something, just a way to kind of give back a little bit to the community. Also, we're looking at 1,224 packs of data, and most of this was opened up by a couple of local stores that I am friends with. They opened up a decent amount of booster boxes, but also one store opened up a fair amount of these. Not a lot, but like I think they come in cases of 16, so they opened up 4 cases of them. So that's 64 packs. 64 packs. These are check lane boosters, and this really means nothing unless you're like this huge conspiracy theorist, kind of like I am sometimes. So these are the check lane boosters right here, one with a Drifblim and one with a Drifloon for Mega Evolution. They opened up 64 packs, and they pulled 6 special illustration rares in 64 packs. So that's going to skew the special illustration rare a little bit. So when we look at the data here, the special illustration rare category is going to look very strong, and I don't believe it is. But we'll talk more about that as we get into the detail. But if you do want to take your chance and you believe in conspiracies, maybe pick one of these up if you find them in the store, and just, I don't know. I never want to believe batching is a thing, and batching does seem like a thing in this set for a couple different reasons. Number one, there's only like 8 double rares in the set because they're all megas, and the pull rates on double rares are significantly higher than what we've experienced in the past. You get like 7 double rares in a booster box, which is insane, and it's great, right? Like it's really, really great. But when there's only 8 to choose from, I think there's 8, maybe there's like 10. But because you pull so many of them, it seems like you might pull a duplicate in your booster box. So I saw multiple booster boxes opened up where Mega Latias was pulled a couple of times. I think we opened up a booster box. We only opened up 2, and one of the booster boxes had multiples of one of them. So the double rares, probably you might open up a booster box and get multiples. It's not necessarily batching, it's just because there's such a small pool of double rares to choose from. But booster boxes are typically going to be your best bet, not right now because they're so expensive, and a lot of people are collecting them just for seal purposes. But I did want to highlight these 2. It's probably just some random thing, some freak good luck thing, but 6 out of 64 packs is absolutely insane. So who knows? I have no idea. So here is our pull rate data for Mega Evolution. I kind of went down, broke everything up as far as rarity goes, and it does look like, as far as the ultra rare category goes, the full arts, those full art item cards kind of fall under that rarity. At least that's what they explained in the Elite Trainer Box booklet. Didn't know what we were going to expect when it comes to those full art item cards and the full art stadium. We know based off of history that the full art supporters started having a similar rarity to just full art Pokemon, but we didn't know what to expect from those full art item cards, especially because Japanese booster boxes are different. So they started popping up obviously in Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia, but we didn't know what pull rates looked like when it came to those as far as for the English release goes. But it does look like they do have similar rarities, so I did bundle all of those together as far as the same rarity goes. So when we break down the actual rarity pull rates at the bottom here, the ultra rare category, the full art category, those are all lumped together. So you could pull, 3 full arts per booster box, and it could be, a Mega Venusaur, an Acerola's Mischief, and an Air Balloon. That item card, that full art item card could sneak in there as well. But again, not too many double rares, and I do want to highlight again, emphasize again, 1,224 booster packs is a lot, but not enough to get a real accurate pull rate idea. It's okay for the smaller rarity categories like double rares and even illustration rares, and should give us a good idea of ultra rares as well. But once you get to special illustration rares and those mega hyper rares, which seem like they're super difficult to pull, you need a much bigger pack sampling size in order to get good data. So this is really for science. This is really to give you a decent understanding of what to expect when it comes to opening up your Mega Evolution, especially if you decide you want to open up a booster box or a 36 pack sample size of some sorts. But add this along with other maybe pull rate data that you've watched, that you've seen compiled. I know a lot of websites like TCG Player and PokeBeach put out other pull rate data that are a little bit bigger. Even 5,000 packs probably not going to be enough to give you a good understanding of what like that mega hyper rare category looks like. So a lot of people want to know like what the pull rate data is for God packs and stuff like that in Black Bolt and White Flare. You need a substantial, huge pull rate sample size in order to get that. And even individual pull rates, like I believe everything is grouped by rarity. I don't think the Mega Venusaur double rare is any more rare than the Mega Gardevoir. I think that you would need hundreds of thousands of packs to really be able to break that down from a science standpoint. So we're going to look at the pull rate data here, and I'm going to go gloss over this stuff pretty quickly. So just got every card listed, and then the amount of cards, amount of that specific card that were pulled, so that way you can see there was not a master set that got pulled in these 1,224 packs. The good thing about Mega Evolution is that pull rates are a lot stronger, but in the set size is not huge. It's bigger than Journey Together, bigger than Obsidian Flames, but it's not a huge set. So, and with better pull rates, 1,224 packs. So I believe this, if we combined all these openings together, would be three cards short of a master set, which really isn't bad. So here's the double rare category right here. Nothing that really jumps off the page. Your highest one is the Mega Camerupt right there at 28 that were pulled, and your lowest one looks like it's the Mega Gardevoir, which is 19. That's probably the one that you want the most, or Mega Mawile, which we did pull 31 of. There's a lot of hype behind Mega Mawile. With the format, Megas are really important. So for a long time, Gardevoir has kind of ran rampant in the Pokemon TCG space. Obviously, the last regional, most recent regional, we saw Zoroark take down the title. But for the most part, it's been Gardevoir, it's been Dragapult, and that's what's been causing the meta like the last several months. And even Goldango has done really well also, but this should shake things up a little bit. So higher HPs, yeah, there's more prizes that get taken when a Mega gets knocked out, but once we hit Milwaukee in a couple weeks here, we'll get a better understanding of what these cards look like from a competitive standpoint, but definitely a lot of potential, which is really, really exciting. When it comes to illustration rares, this is the category where if you open up a booster box, you are going to notice a substantial shift in the amount of illustration rares that you pull. So from Scarlet and Violet base all the way up until Destined Rivals, you were getting 3 illustration rares per booster box, unless it was a set like Prismatic Evolutions that did not have illustration rares at all. So and even the half sets like Paldean Fates, for example, there's no booster box, but a 36 pack sample size would still yield you 3 illustration rares. Like Clockwork, you get more. Black Bolt and White Flare, you started getting more, which we expected because there were so many of them, but in this set you actually do get more. So again, not a whole lot that jumps out the page here. There are a little bit of differences, like the Shedinja we pulled 13 of, or there was 13 pulled, compared to the Litleo where there was only 2 of those pulled. The Marshadow across all 3 stores, so my store, which only opened 2 booster boxes, and then 2 more stores, only 1 Marshadow, which is a little weird, and only 2 Litleos, which is a little weird as well. But everything else, I mean, you can kind of just, like, that's just variance, I think. Like Ivysaur, there were 3 of them that were pulled. Bulbasaur, you had 6 of them that were pulled. Executor, 4. I'm not going to go through all these. You can pause the video if you want to look at how many of each individually were pulled, all the way down to Gumshoes at 8, and then Stuffle, which had 5 that were pulled. If we move over to the full art category, the ultra rare category right here, again, not a whole lot of variation. I thought maybe it was going to be a situation where more full art Pokemon were pulled, but that really wasn't the case, because once you get down to some of these items, it seems like there were some of those that were, you know, just pulled higher. Just variance was not in the favor, or there's a nice spread out quantity for all of them. So Mega Venusaur, there were 9. Mega Absol, there was only 3 that were pulled. The Mega Latias, only 2 that were pulled. So only 2 full art Mega Latiases, 3 Kangaskhan. You had 7 Ace Rolls Mischief, which is a full art supporter. Same thing with the Lily's Determination, which should be a good competitive card, even if you pull the just the regular art, just the trainer card of Lily's Determination. Definitely don't put it in your bulk, especially right out of the gates, because it's huge for consistency, huge for draw support. It should be a really strong card moving forward in competitive play. Lieutenant Surge's Bargain, there were 3 that were pulled. Night Stretcher, there were 2. But then you have some cards like the Mystery Garden here and the Rare Candy that there were 10 pulled, which is a little bit higher. So it is a little weird on the variance to see 10 pulled of one and only 2 pulled of another, like the Mega Abomasnow and the Mega Latias. But like I said, I think that's more variance related than anything else. Wally's Compassion, only 3 pulled. When it comes to special illustration rare, again, there were plenty that were pulled, but I do think the numbers are skewed a little bit. I honestly don't believe special illustration rare numbers are better. I have watched a fair amount of openings now just to try and put together all of this data and understand the pull rates a lot better, because I want to make sure that I give you accurate information. I don't think special illustration rares are any better. I still think you're going to be getting like 3 per case, basically 1 every 2 booster boxes is basically how it's going to break down. But because of those additional ancillary products that were opened and a large amount of special illustration rares that were all of a sudden pulled from those check lane boosters, that skewed the data a little bit. At least that's my own opinion. You can let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said, it's only 1,200 packs, so it's not a perfect data size. It could be a little bit better, but I'm going to err on the side of of caution and assume it's not better as far as pull rates go for special illustration rares. I just don't think it is. I think it's still 1 out of 2 booster boxes. I don't think it's worse. I think it's better. I've seen a lot of people comment about how they think it's worse because they opened up 50 packs and they didn't pull a special illustration rare, or they opened up 3 booster boxes and didn't pull a special illustration rare. Very normal. It's just bad luck, and that's just how it goes, unfortunately. It's tough because it is a new block. You expect things to be different. It's not a new gen, but it is a new block. So the next 4 sets or so should probably be this block until we start with the new gen. So keep that in mind. But the only ones that we did not see pulled at all were the Mega Latias and the Mega Kangaskhan. Everything else had at least one. So the Ace Rolls Mischief, we had one of those pulled. Mega Venusaur, there were 2. Gardevoir, there were 4, which is a good one to pull. The Lily, obviously the big one to pull down there, is 2 of those that were pulled. And then 2 or 3 basically of everything else except for Lieutenant Surge's Bargain, which had 4. When it comes to the Mega Hyper Rare, so out of 1,200 packs, only 1, and that was the Mega Gardevoir, so no Mega Lucario. I don't know what the gold cards are going to look like in this set as far as value goes. I know they're starting out a little bit higher. Obviously, the texturing is very different than what we're used to, and the embossed featured is also very different than what we're used to. Historically, gold cards do not do well in Pokemon, but if we do have pull rates on these of like 1 out of 700 or so it looks like, that means it's 1,400 packs to pull a specific one, so you're looking at about 1,400 packs to guarantee yourself the Lucario or the Gardevoir, or come as close to guarantee as you possibly can. That's rough, and that could impact the price point a lot. So definitely something to keep your eye on. If we break everything down and go over the actual pull rate data by rarity, 1,224 packs that were opened, which is the equivalent of 34 booster boxes. So if you look at the average hits per box, and I did put in Destined Rivals pull rate data here so you can kind of compare it to the last main series set release that we had from Scarlet and Violet, so you can see a noticeable difference. Average hits per box is 15.44. So you will open up booster boxes that are on the low end, but the low end is only 14 hits, which is a ton. A lot of people complain about pull rates, but if you were around during the black and white days, or even the XY days, and you were used to getting 4 or 5 hits in a booster box, the idea of 15 hits in a booster box is insane. A lot of people say, well, double rares aren't hits. Double rares are hits. Like any ultra rare is a hit. So 15 is pretty crazy. That's even above where we're at with the trainer gallery included. Like that's crazy. You're looking at every 2 to 3 packs. So every 3 packs that you open up of Mega Evolution, you should have a hit in it, and that's really, really strong. Where is this difference coming from? Double rares are a lot easier to pull. So you're looking at 7.26 per booster box. That's 1 out of every 5 packs. So basically every 5 packs that you open up, you're going to be getting a double rare, one of those megas. Remember, there's only megas in this set. There's no other Pokemon. There's no just blank EX or Venusaur EX or whatever. It's all mega insert Pokemon EX. So every 5 packs, you're going to pull a mega Pokemon, which is pretty cool. Average illustration rares per booster box is a full illustration rare higher than what we had through the Scarlet and Violet era. So that makes up the big difference here between double rares and illustration rares. You get a couple extra cards, a couple extra ultra rares just between those 2 categories. So there are a decent amount of illustration rares in the set, not as many as what we've seen in like Paldea Evolved or Paradox Rift or obviously Black Bolt and White Flare. There is still a decent amount, but you're getting 4 of them per booster box on average, which is really, really strong. And there will be booster boxes that you open up that only have 3, but there also will be booster boxes that you open up that have 5. There were a few booster boxes that I saw opened up that had 5 illustration rares, which is absolutely insane. Every 9 packs, you're going to be opening up an illustration rare, which is really, really cool. Ultra rares, those full arts with the addition of those full art trainer cards, those item cards, and the mystery stadium, looks a little bit stronger. So 3.29 is what we're looking at for the ultra rare. So about a full card extra there as well. That makes up that 3 ultra rare difference right there. So you get 1 extra double rare, 1 extra illustration rare, and 1 extra full art out of every booster box that you open up, which is really cool. 3.29 is 1 out of every 11 packs. So if you open up an ETB, unfortunately, you're not guaranteed an ultra rare. You're not guaranteed a full art, but there's a strong likelihood that you will have one in there. There will be some ETBs, unfortunately, that do not have any, but 11 packs to open up a full art is pretty good. And then the special illustration rare. So the number I have here is 0.62, which
which is 1 out of every 58 packs. Like I said, I do think that number is high. I think it's going to be closer to 1 out of 70, 1 out of 72 to be safe. That means if you're going for a specific special illustration rare, you're probably looking at about roughly 700 to 750 packs to pull a specific one. So if you're somebody who really wants the Lily or you really want the Mega Gardevoir, you're looking at about 750 packs, 700 packs to pull that specific one. I do think the special illustration rare count here of 58 packs is a little bit high. I think that just will chalk that up to sample size and just really strong luck. Again, I do not believe that there is better pull rates in these check lane boosters, and I will not be able to find that out because I'm not opening up thousands of check lane boosters because I don't get thousands of check lane boosters. I only get a small amount, so it's difficult to understand. Like, it's going to be very difficult to understand if it does even have different pull rates, but it's interesting, and I thought it was worth mentioning, and that's why I wanted to put it out there. So 58 packs seems a little low. I think the safer assumption is about 70 to 72 packs every 2 boxes. And then your average mega hyper rare is 0.06, which is like 1 out of every 700 packs. I don't have the data here, but we can do that quick. If we just take 36 and divide it by this cell right here, so 612 booster packs basically to yield 1 mega hyper rare, and I don't even know if it's that good. And we won't know because you're going to need probably a good 20 to 25,000 pack sample size to get a really good understanding of what mega hyper rares look like. Again, this is a new rarity. This is a brand new rarity. I would assume it's going to be similar to what we saw with the Black Bolt White Flare rares, the BBWF rarity that we saw in the last Black Bolt and White Flare set with the Reshiram and the Zekrom and the Victini, the red Victini. I would assume it's probably similar pull rates to that. Roughly 612 packs is what we're looking at here, 0.06 per booster box. So not even a case. Like, if you open up a case, which is probably very, very difficult to do right now, you still won't open up. Like, you still probably won't open up a mega hyper rare. You probably need like 3 cases to get one, which is crazy to even think about. About 612 packs. If we compare this to Destined Rivals, and I'll just go over this quickly. So Destined Rivals, we had over 1,300 packs that were opened up, which was 37 booster boxes. Average hits per booster box was 12.89. So you're looking at almost 3 additional hits per booster box, which is great. If we scroll down a little bit and see the average double rare category, 6.62, where you're getting 7.26 with Mega Evolution, so almost a full extra double rare in this set, as opposed to what we experienced with the Scarlet and Violet block. The full art ultra rares about 0.2 or 2.27 per booster box with Destined Rivals, and in this set you're looking at 3.29. So an extra full art ultra rare in Mega Evolution as opposed to the Scarlet and Violet block, specifically Destined Rivals. And then the illustration rares, again, another full illustration rare that you get in Mega Evolution compared to Destined Rivals. You get 3.11 in Destined Rivals, and you get 4.06 in Mega Evolution, which is very, very strong. So definitely better pull rates, which is really exciting. Now, less opened, and I do think this is it's gonna be very interesting to see how the market shakes out when it comes to singles, because there is going to be a lot less product that is opened, despite the fact that there's a lot of people buying product. They are focusing on booster boxes staying sealed, because a lot of people right now who are buying booster boxes are keeping that sealed because of investment purposes or collectability or whatever. I don't really understand it, but they want to keep it sealed. So they're not breaking into it. Maybe they want the Bulbasaur promo. That could encourage them to open it a little bit more, especially if they were able to find it at MSRP. But a lot of people who are overspending on booster boxes, paying $250 to $300, might not be opening it up. So less open than what we've seen in the past. The good news is a lot of other stuff that people are able to find at MSRP is getting opened, and better pull rates means that prices might be a little bit lax. It'll be very interesting. We will check prices opening day and compare it, see what the drops look like. We've done that with every other set. Journey Together obviously got hammered a couple months, whereas Destined Rivals got kind of hammered opening weekend and then really started climbing. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with this one. Again, a little bit less cards to collect and better pull rates could mean for cheaper singles, but it also could go opposite direction, because a lot of people could be like, well, less people are opening the set. So it'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out. But if you do decide to open, at least you know what to expect as far as rarity goes, as far as ultra rares go, as far as what you can expect to pull from your booster box. So I do hope you enjoyed the data. If you did, please hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a like, leave a comment. It goes a really long way for the algorithm. Share the video, do all the things. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. You guys make this so fun. So I really, really do appreciate you guys so much. I'll be back on Sunday with another video. Till next time, peace!